The T20 World Cup is finally here upon us at last, and India's first game, lest we forget, is going to be up against the US of A, the United States of America. And obviously, there was plenty to talk about prior to the match when Suryakumar Yadav, the Indian captain, sat down to address the mandatory pre-match press conference. Why do I say there was a lot to address? Because just prior to the PC, news had broken that Harshit Rana, the India all-rounder or fast bowler, depending on how you view him, would potentially be ruled out of the tournament. Now, Sky's talked about that as well as a fair few things, and we'll get to all of those interesting things in just a bit. But before we talk about the Harshit issue, let's first talk about one of the things that a lot of people are excited about, the fact that India will be playing this World Cup at home. And it's something that even Sky admitted had its advantages. This is what he had to say. Playing a World Cup on home soil is special like we did in 2023. It's great, but also brings extra responsibility. The boys are excited. Now again, it's easy to understand what he's saying because again, in 2023, India looked the favourites, lost that one match, and well, it led to a collective national heartbreak. So that's what he means when he says great responsibility, because it goes up just a little bit when you're playing at home. Yes, you can thrive off it, but the pressure can oftentimes be a lot for players to deal with, which is understandable. Another key thing which he spoke about a lot, as I said, aside from this thing, was the Harshit Rana conundrum. And this is what he had to say. He said that, look, no, Harshit Rana hasn't been ruled out yet, but he doesn't look good. We should have a clearer picture by evening. Now, it is worth noting that he's towing the company line here, so to speak, because again, the BCCI officially had not confirmed the Harshit Rana news. We got to know about it via sources in the NCA as well as in the the team management side of things, unnamed sources. That's how we got to know this news. So he said that no, it's not looking good, but we'll have a clearer picture by the evening. However, he was quizzed also on who could potentially be the replacement players for Harshit if he was indeed ruled out. And this is what he had to say in that regard. He said that we'll see who are the fast bowlers who have been bowling well in the last 1 or 2 years. Maybe someone who can bat too, but that's not a priority. So basically what he's saying is that the main focus will be to bring in another fast bowler into the mix. We're not going to be looking at someone who can also bring batting. That's not a priority. It'll be a bonus. And this actually was very true of him because we're getting to know that Mohammad Siraj is the front runner to replace Harshit in this 15-man squad. So obviously Siraj is no pure batter or even an all-rounder or a bowler who can bat. He's a pure bowler. So he will be filling in that void and will potentially be the first backup for either a Siraj or Bumrah, assuming one of them needs rest or, God forbid, ends up getting injured. Now, one position where there's been a lot of debate with this team is who's going to be the first choice wicketkeeper / opening batsman, given that both of your wicketkeeper batters are Sanju Samson and Ishan Kishan, both of whom enjoy batting at the top of the order. Now, obviously, with Sanju Samson, the focus has been massive because his form has absolutely nosedived, whereas Ishan Kishan, in the few games that he got to play in the number 3 role, really excelled in the New Zealand series, including getting 150 and 100, putting really a very good case forward for himself to be that first choice player. And whilst obviously Sky didn't go as far as confirming that Ishan would be that player who would be opening alongside Abhishek, who's pretty much untouchable at this point, he did drop a very nice hint on that. He said that, look, Ishan has been batting well in all the tournaments he's played, and we expect him to play the same way he has been playing wherever he bats. He also added that he's not going to be batting anything lower than number 3. So what that tells you is that Ishan at this point in time is basically being seen as the backup if one of the batters gets injured or if one of the openers gets injured. But if he's playing even in place of a lower order batter, he'll only be batting higher up the order. Nothing lower than number 3 is what Sky has confirmed. However, the thing which does come, it's a small conundrum, but it does come about regardless, is that if you're playing Ishan, you could very well be in a situation where you're playing a lot of left-handed batters in your playing 11. Let's assume for 1 second that right now Ishan plays. That means you've got Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan, you've got Tilak Verma, who will also be a left-hander, you've got Shivam Dubey, you've got Akshar Patel, and you've got Rinku Singh. That's 6 pure batters who are going to be left-handers. The only righties in the 11, assuming Ishan plays instead of Sanju Samson, it will be Sky himself, the captain, and Hardik Pandya. But is that something that is bothering the team too much? Well, not according to Sky, because he said that, look, it's a good headache to have so many good batting options. left hand, right hand debate is an overrated debate. The cynics would say that maybe this is something he should tell the head coach, but it's also clear at this point in time that a lot of the set templates that this team had, one is of course left hand, right hand, or anyone from 3 to 8 can bat in any position, all have gone out of the window. The openers are fixed, your 3-4 is fixed, 5, 6 and 7, 8 seem to be the only flexible positions, given there it might come down to needs must. Because again, Hardik Pandya we know is a good finisher, Shivam Dubey is very good at hitting spin in the middle overs, Akshar Patel can be your floater, Rinku Singh seems to be the only set one who will come in when it's come to be finishing a match. So it does seem like the batting order more or less picks itself, barring a few interesting options here or there. And the left hand, right hand part also is out of the equation. But what did you make of Sky's thoughts prior to the game? You can let us know that in the comments below. And don't forget, as always, to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, tap that bell icon, follow us also on social media. We're on Instagram, X, and Facebook. And stay tuned for more such updates from the world of sport.